We are live! Hey guys, Korbelz back with you for some more Open Warlords Development streaming, and tonight's gonna be a very cool stream. I got something very awesome to show you guys tonight. It's gonna be a world premiere of some awesome new Warlords tech that has not been seen anywhere before. So I will jump straight into that. So let's get our software all set up. So we need VS Code. I need some GitHub. And Steam would probably be good too, so we can actually play Arma. Check this out, we are at 6,963.2 hours, so this stream absolutely cannot go more than 5 hours, because I want to make sure I get a screenshot of 69. Be the peak of my Arma career. Playing nearly 7,000 hours of Arma sounds like a lot, but this game's been out for so long, it's really not that much. What is that? It's been out 10 years now, I guess. So it's only about 700 hours a year. Yeah, it's... So this world premiere feature, which I'm logging in to show you guys, something really cool. So the idea originated with the Bat community server. So what they did, they have a singular, it's a default Warlords mission that they modified a little bit, but they have the ability to vote for a new mission, not a new mission, but a new map. Same mission, new map. I was like, you know, that's a cool idea, but what if you took that concept and twisted it a bit? So instead of having one mission, multiple maps, which is pretty easy to do. I mean, I could crank a new map out in probably the basics in maybe 20 minutes. But I was like, what if you had multiple Warlords types, like completely different types of Warlords that you could vote for? Ho ho ho! And this is this new feature that I've came up this morning off stream.
Warlords protocol
So I'm on the actual Warlords. I'm on the Warlords server right now. Whoop. And so this is the Open Warlords server, which anybody could join, and we're gonna do a vote restart. So just type vote restart if you're the only one on the server, and you can restart the mission. Then it's gonna come up with the voting screen.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
Oh shit, maybe not. How do I restart the... Hang on a second. Oh, I need to put a restart timer on the actual... Oh, give me 1 second. I did this so fast, I actually didn't have time to test this at all, so this is literally, I'm testing this feature live on stream right now. Okay, so let me, I'm gonna force restart the server here. And it should, yeah, there we go. So we are not on the server anymore, so. We're doing it live. Okay, the server is back up. Let me check. Wonder if that messed it up since I was still on the server. Oh, I need to fix some stuff in the config files too. Okay. Okay, so Open Warlords, so you can see here now it doesn't have a mission assigned, so we're gonna jump in here. And as you can see here, there are other missions including, so I currently have 5 separate missions available on the server, which is cool. Including, and the time capsule one here is Warlords Redux 0.57. This was the very original Redux release by Jezero many years ago that eventually was used by GamerDad and myself at the beginning of Warsome Vets. We started with this mission file right here, and that eventually became Warlords 2 down the road. So this is the old file that was on EU11 pre-community involvement, which is pretty cool. But we are gonna set it back to Korbelz, and I'll off stream. I'll have to figure out how to actually how to, let's do it right now. Armor 3, how to restart. Okay, so restart server after mission. All right. So we're literally gonna test this live. We're gonna jump into this here.
Warlords Protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
Okay, so cool. We are here at the voting screen. Yay, look at us. And I am going to is that, I guess maybe this only works for admin. Okay, so if I do vote, restart after then I do vote start server. Oh, interesting. I wonder if I can add these. So can I vote myself an admin? Literally learning all this on the fly right here. Huh, interesting. Okay, yeah, that's admin commands, okay. Just vote reassign main. Does this mean I'm an admin now? Nope. Hang on, I'm gonna learn how to do this right now so we can make this a thing. How do I get the... Oh, it did make me an admin. Okay. So let's try this commands again. I keep doing that lane thing because I've been playing Minecraft and okay, so I can okay, so I can vote myself admin.
Warlords Protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
How does this work? Isn't exactly what I wanted to spend my time on tonight, but we'll roll with it. So let's vote myself admin again. Oh, I'm logged in as admin. Oh, you do missions, okay. So, oh, that's cool. Okay, so,
Warlords Protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
okay, this is cool. I'll have to update that in the Discord real quick.
Select sector.
Okay, let me update that in the Discord real fast. I might have been muted there for a while there. I'm trying to scroll up and down the chat window. And unfortunately my chat commands are the same as my mute voice commands. So yeah, I apologize if I was muted there. So what I was doing, I was on the wiki figuring out the commands. So the way you do this, you go to vote player as admin. And if you're the only one on server, obviously you're going to be the admin. So then you type missions down here in the command box with a S, and whoop. If you spell it correctly, missions. What I'm waiting for is the message of the day. I need to make sure that's working correctly so I can fix that real fast if I need to. Because I got to go in there and fix some config stuff anyways. Whatever. I'm too lazy to wait for that. Okay, so we'll test out Maverick real quick. Wow, that's cool.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
If you guys haven't seen Maverick before, it's a pretty cool little mission. So, as you can see, you basically have no infantrymen. All you have is a rifleman and AA specialist. Vehicles, you have a tractor, then all the other stuff you only have anti-air related things. Why is a sentinel in the vehicle menu? Oh yeah, I forgot I had to parachute these in on dedicated servers. Thought I'd fix this, so whatever. And here you go. And a bunch of airplanes. Nothing in that menu. Yeah, so yeah. That's pretty much it. You have airplanes. You have super cheap airplanes. So you see 150 for helicopters, 200 for the armed helicopter, 250 for a Cashman, 750 for a Xeon, 150 for the Blackfish. So yeah, it's some of the fixed wing stuff's a little more expensive, like 750 for gripping and stuff, but yeah. It's basically a airplane only mode. Oh no, I gotta go set that back to oh, whatever. I'll leave it on Maverick while we do the stream. Okay, so now back to development mode. So we got that kind of all straightened out. So let's get back on track here since we actually have to do some coding and stuff tonight. And first thing we'll do is whip out our to-do list as we do every night. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do tonight, we're gonna add the Bobcat to Blue 4. And yeah, I saw someone requested one of the Discords I was in. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do that real quick. Not sure why I never added it before, but it's pretty easy. The big thing we want to do is we're going to try to transplant the Miller Edition UAV code over to Open Warlords, and it should just be a plug and play type thing, because the way I wrote it was not like mission specific. And then after that, we're going to try to do some rewriting of the airport and carrier code, just to improve it and make the park spots random and try to clean up some errors. So if we get all that done tonight, I think we'll be doing a production release next week, because I got to get on the server and test to make sure we're not throwing any errors. Like there's some string table errors on server startup I want to clean up, and a few other. Now this one right here, if I rewrite the airport ID code, I think that's our biggest error we're going to be getting. So the main things I'm worried about cleaning up, and I can do that locally, so it's not a big deal. Okay, so let's get started. First thing we gotta do is add Bobcat, and I'll show you guys. I'll put my one of my browser tabs over here so you guys can see what this looks like, how you define this. So first thing you need to do is navigate your way to GitHub. Go to one of my missions. So this is the GitHub for the OWL page. Oh, and I added a GitHub and Discord links on the maps for the missions. So any mission that's hosted on GitHub, you can now find the GitHub repo for it on the map if you want to come check it out. I didn't update the actual original Open Warlords because that's Ando's thing, and I don't want to mess around with his mission files. So go to wiki here, then I'm going to go over to the combined wiki, which I originally wrote for Miller Edition, and then here can click on how to make edits to the mission. And if you go down here to the requisition section, which is a file we're going to be editing tonight, click that. There you go. And this will take you to the Arma 3 wiki, where it shows you the config files for, or the class names for all the vehicles. So it's a nice handy little tool to have there if you ever need to look up any of the vehicles, which we're about to do. So I'll move this back over, and we'll go over to VS Code. Okay, and we're looking for the requisition file, which should be right here. Cool. And we'll scroll to Blue 4. And class vehicles. All right. And we're looking for Bobcat. Yep, there it is. So I need to, where should I put this in the list? Kind of a support vehicle, right? So I will put it up here by the ambulance. Put it down here by the Hemet. So this is a combat recovery vehicle. Combat recovery vehicle 6E. Bobcat. And how much should this cost? It has a 50 cal mounted on the top, and it can do a bunch of cool stuff. So we'll make it. I think I like 2500 because I'm sure there's some way to. This is never. I've never seen this in a Warlords mission before, which makes me think there's probably something exploity about it. But there it is. Boom. Okay, so let's go update. I've already started the patch 163 patch notes from last week when I started messing around with the server. So added Bobcats to Blue 4. Save that and push it to GitHub. Boom, there we go. So let's close a couple files that I'm not going to need here. Okay, so we're going to open up client request here. Okay, so this is our airplane spawn code. Sweet. Oh, the way I'm thinking about randomizing parking spots, this plane position, I think I'm going to add another switch case statement for each one of these. And so it's going to be a switch case nested inside a switch case. Which generally nesting loops, like performance-wise, is a bad thing to do because it's going to be, if you're familiar with computation, whenever you start nesting loops and doing multiple arrays, you're basically like doing a matrix search level of computation. It's like ON2, ON squared or something. But our arrays are so small and these if statements are so small, it's not going to hurt performance at all. But if I was doing this on a big scale, it would be a bad idea. But having, 3 carriers and 3 parking spots for each carriers are going to be fine. Just don't nest loops if you're dealing with really big things. It'll get really ugly really fast. So what I need to do, and I'm also going to have to put the UAV code in here, I think, for each and every single one of these. And case 6 is Kavala, and that's going to be the easiest one for me to test. So that's probably the one I'll do all my testing on is Kavala. But first, I need to go find the code from Miller Edition. And if you don't know how to do this on VS Code, I'll show you. You go to Open File, and you navigate over to where the file is. So we're going to do Miller Edition here. Then it's Functions, Server, and for Miller Edition, it's Process Client Request. Boom. And then you want to split this out to the right, like that, then close it over there. So now essentially what I'm doing is I'm looking at this client request form side by side for 2 different missions, which is pretty nice. Do. This is interesting. Why did I do it this way? So here's the code right here. If config files class name UAV is 1 and center equals west. Great. Great vehicle crew asset, which we'll need to use. I think we'll need to use. Ah. That's seriously, was it that simple when I did this? I gotta look at the rest of this code. It couldn't have been that simple, man. I struggled with that forever. That seems like suspiciously easy. Like, that's so simple. Like, gotta be something wrong with that. No, literally, that is the code. Wow, okay. Okay, tell you what, it's going to be easier if we test with helicopters. So we'll do the helicopter testing first. Just copy all that code. Okay, so we're going to go down here. Okay, so the pilot's already created right there. And so if I put code right here, okay, so I have all the code I need right there, and this is going to be the same for aircraft. I just got to copy and paste it up there, so I'm going to close that so I can actually read what's going on here. Kind of hate how when you copy stuff in VS Code, it doesn't keep your tabs. Really makes code very ugly. I'm wondering why I have this extra line right here in this code, but I think that's where my original debugging code was. So you must unlock the UAV to fly it. Equip the Anti-air. And the reason you need the anti-air loadout in Open Warlords is because that is the loadout which has the UAV terminal. And I put this in for helicopters, but not necessarily jets, because I feel like if I do jets, it's just going to be spammy, because every time a jet spawns, every time someone spawns a fixed wing UAV, it's just going to spam it out to the server. I feel like that's kind of overdone. This will get the message out to enough people that people will be like, oh yeah, they'll see this in chat often enough to be like, yeah, I need to use anti-aircraft loadout or something. Hey, in theory, that should work. In theory, let's do a quick test. And that mission select idea, I think I'm going to go farther with it too. Like, this is just kind of the first iteration that I spun up in about 20 minutes this morning.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting
Ooh,
for the
it
next
was a
sector.
dark and stormy morning. Yeah, I love it. Okay, so I can't go to Cavallo right now, I don't think. But I can spawn something there. And then I'll just fly my camera over there and look at it. Okay, I definitely have the asset. How do I get my camera over there? Where? Oh no, it crashed. And I don't remember seeing that in chat either. I scroll up chat. Did I not save that or something? Oh, that's because I'm in spectator mode. Don't worry about that. Okay, so that code never ran. It spawned in, but if nothing else, even if everything went wrong, I should have got a chat printout there. I know why. Asset was wrong. We just had this problem last stream. I completely forgot to fix it.
Warlords Protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
Okay, here we go. Round 2.
Sector selected.
Okay, I have a... Oh, it crashed again. Dang it. Why is it doing this? So it's literally not running this code at all. Like, why though? So the pilot is created right there. He gets created before the asset. So then the asset gets created. I think I might have forgot some kind of loop right here. That's supposed to check. That's about the only thing I can think I did wrong right now. Okay, so asset create vehicle. Huh. Why is that code not running? Let's go try it for airplanes, see what happens. Oh, it's because I'm doing it too early. I think the actual aircraft is getting spawned down here. Let's try it right down there. It's just a hunch because I saw this aircraft spawn, function aircraft spawn, remote execute, and this asset purchase complete. So even though the aircraft is being created and stuff, it might not really exist until this point on the server, which would make this code not be able to run. Because that was what was, oh man, I was peeking my microphone out there, sorry. So that's what was messing me up for a long time in Miller Edition, is because the old way you did it in Redux was you spawned them via the defense menu, and that's what was messing up people for a long time. Is because the item didn't actually exist, and they were trying to run the crew code on an item which didn't exist. And I was the one that eventually figured out, hey, if you wait till after the item exists, then swap the crew out. It's all coming back to me.
Warlords Protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
Oh, yep, that sure enough, that is definitely undefined. So what we just got there is that class name is undefined. So this is actually pulling in, it's using class name to create vehicle. This code is using assets. So you can see that part right here. Instead of class name, it's using assets. I knew that. I'm just a dummy. But we got the error, which is good. That means that code is now running. Before, that code was not running at all.
Warlords Protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
I love randomized start time and random weather. Although I have a lot of constraints on the weather to keep the game playable, but still cool. Oh my god, I'm a buffoon, dude. Gosh. I really should have just gone through and audited this before I started messing around. Okay, is there any other variables that... So I've just moved my error from here to here because this was using a custom... It was using some dumb... Yeah. So Sender and Warlords Redux, what it is, basically it just takes a player and gets their unique user ID, then truncates it a little bit, and it gives you a unique variable for playing. Player, what I think player does, and we're going to have to go through and refactor this probably later on, but I'm going to talk to Ando about it. What I think player does is actually using the player slot. like Alpha 1.1 and stuff, which is gonna I think it's already causing problems, but for right now, we're just gonna roll like that. So for right now, because the player base is so small, it's not an issue, but it's
for the next sector.
definitely become an issue very quick. If really important that you click your dispatch location. There we go. It is working like a boss. Actually, you know what I could do? I could literally just select the anti-air loadout. Just jump right into it. There it is. Boom. It's not in a lock though. There we go. So what I did there, I go to the menu, asset management. I unlocked the vehicle, and then and he doesn't have MVGs. Bro, this is not cool. Doesn't have a light though, right? Nope. Yo, find these around at nighttime. That's sketchy AF. Ah, here we go. Well, this new MVG mode from a couple patches ago looks really good when you're in the first person mode on a pilot. You know, since I'm here, I really need to disable IR on these. Okay, cool enough. Actually, let's go land real quick, just for the lulz. Literally cannot see anything at all right here. Oh, there we go. You know what? I think I'm just going to disable IR. Yeah, I'm not putting UAVs in my mission if they have infrared, dude. F that noise, dude. I'm just gonna hard code it for right now. So you can F right off with that. Yeah, I'm literally doing all this right now. Do not want these little bastards being overpowered. Okay, now we need to find the constants, and I need to where in the world are the constants? There they are. Okay, this looks like all my okay, so I added the jet IR active so it can be toggled in the settings. Added the radar. Where's my jet radar? Oh, there it is. Sweet. Easy. So I gotta go through and change up the stuff on here because it's assets. It's aircraft now, not assets. Okay, okay. Just make sure we document everything we do here. And I'm gonna push all this up to GitHub right now. Let's do a quick spin test on it though. Cancel. What isn't saved on this? Save. Let's go round 2.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting
Yay,
for the
daytime.
next sector.
Execute that. Let's do anti-air loadout. Assets, aircraft, Falcon, Kavala. Oh, does he not have that? Oh, oof. Oof. So he might not have the constants. Since he's not using constants the way I use them. Yeah, we can fix this real fast. Yep, he does not have it up there. Okay. I know he has this somewhere. Let's do this. There we go. So what I just did there is I now have an include on the client request script to include this. A little bit worried it's not the same color as that one though. And so because the this might act a little bit weird because it's not actually in the same folder. It's like it's 2 levels up. This makes any sense to you? Let me show you in a folder here what it looks like. So in Miller Edition, my constants files is not here in this folder. It's in my functions folder and it's in there. Boop. And then all of these files inside these subfolders from this folder have this constants included. This, the constants is actually outside that. Okay, it's kind of the same. Because these are the same 4 folders and my constants is just outside of that. It should work. If not, I may have to convert this IL constants into a .include file. We'll test it out, see what happens. I completely forgot to test op4 as well. Whoops. Ah, see, yeah. That's kind of exactly so the error I got. I just crashed out the mission because it's looking for al constants HPP and it's not in the folder. So if I take So I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to copy this al constants. Actually, I got a better idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to copy the So I've now just included the entire Warlords include file. Just for the sake of testing temporarily here. Okay, sweet. Now we will set this. And how was I doing? Oh, that might be. I didn't have those two dots in front of it. Maybe that's why it didn't work. Because those two dots would have told it to look up one file, one folder structure. Because it was looking directly in the folder. It was... So I commented out the Warlords constants and I formatted it the same way as Al's constants. So now stuff inside this folder should look one directory above for the Al constants. That completely crashed Armor 3. That's funny. The whole thing was kind of funny because I literally knew I was about to get some error. I just didn't know what the error was. That's good to know. The formatting so you make something look one directory above.
Warlords Protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
This is going to mess a lot of people up. You gotta select your dispatch location. There we go. And you gotta make sure you unlock your asset via asset management. Unlock. Boom, and here we go. Double check to make sure I... Interesting. So the driver still has... That's kind of funny. The driver still has his IR, but the sensor doesn't, which is... I legitimately don't know how to... Okay, cool. Let's jump over to and I kind of forgot when you disable radars, every time someone tries to do the little cycle thing with the
Voting for the next
bracket
sector.
key, it's going to throw an error in the mission logs. I never fixed that bug because just reasons. I was lazy. It's going to take a lot of research, so I'm literally reintroducing that log error. Gives me a reason to fix it. That's good. This is my Op4 UAV. Oh wait, is that NVGs? Okay. That's just NVGs, okay. Sweet. UAVs work for both teams. Or rotary wings too. Didn't need to do that. That's old habit. Okay, so let's boom. Let's jump on here. Let's get them patch notes. Double check all our changes here. Oh, I can get rid of Warlords Constants, huh? Yeah, I don't need you. There we go. That's this as well. Don't need you. Cool. Everything looks good. Okay, so let's now take the actually, let's not take all that jet code. Actually, yeah, let's just take the jet code. Make it easier to just copy and paste the entire thing. Ashman. I really need to do a switch statement for all these. When I did this, I didn't know how to do switch statements when you have multiple variables, but I know how to do it now, so you split this out. The way you do it is you split this out if sender equals west, and then inside that if statement, you do a switch case. You have a switch case for all the things, and then bloop, bloop, bloop. Makes the entire code much, much cleaner. Right, cool. So this is my, yeah, this is the code I need. Just reviewing this real quick, make sure it's good. Okay. The world is the code. Here it is. So I kind of have a hunch that if I put all this airplane code after all this, I'm gonna save myself. I don't have to put it inside here a bajillion times. I could just run this once, so no matter where it spawns, it'll do all this stuff, all the stuff I need to do, like disable sensors. So I'm just gonna have to go do an audit of all my my assets and senders and all this jazz. Okay, I could delete all this empty space here because okay, so first thing I need to do is go in here and change all the sensor things to aircraft. And there are some bit nifty built-in tools in like every text editor where you can just find and replace. But I don't want to do that because some parts of this code actually have asset used the correct way. And knowing my luck, I would overwrite something really critical to the mission. Client. Where in the world is this client coming from? What? And I'm trying to figure something out here. So for helicopters, oh. So he does have, remember what I was saying about you have to using players as a definition is a bad idea. He already figured this out. So yeah, he spawns stuff to the client. Okay, let's figure out where client is defined though. So I want to see if he did this the same way the other Warlords missions do it. Ah, yep. Sure enough, yep. He's literally doing the, so you can see private client is remote execute owner. And player is client call get owner ID. Okay, so it looks like this is a safe thing to do. So, sweet, okay. That gives me confidence that I can use player. Cool. And since I only need the side of the player, I don't need to remote execute this. I can use player right here. Cool, that is awesome. Glad I noticed that whole client thing. So it looks like he was like a couple steps ahead of me, what I was talking about, so. Hey, all this should be correct. Man, we burned through pretty much our entire stream time already. I think I spent too long messing around with the, and I still got to do some server backend stuff after stream, so I may call the stream a little bit early. We didn't get to the carrier rewrite, but that's okay. Hit that up next week. It's not a complete game breaker. I'm sure we still have plenty of debugging to do on this code.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
Oh, would it be? Type is object expected string. Interesting. Okay. Why did that work for helicopters though? We're gonna have to go review that real quick. Okay, so here's the error right here. Okay, so saying aircraft is a object, not a string, but it did not throw this error for helicopters? Yeah, here's the last time I was playing the mission. Yeah, we have no error about the helicopter spawning. Huh. Okay, let's go figure out why that's defined as a object. Because aircraft equals asset. Let's give asset a spin. It might literally be because that line where it's defining. Okay, let's try this one more time. So I think using the object right here is correct. Oh, it's because I didn't change. Ah, see, I didn't catch that right there. So yeah, I was supposed to use asset right there, then aircraft, and all the other spots. Okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense. That was just a goof. That was basically just a typo by me. I didn't even bother going down and looking at the helicopter to realize I didn't cause that error.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
Oh my god, dude, before my stream I turned off my air conditioning because it literally blows like right on me. I didn't want the noise in my microphone, and I closed the windows because I didn't want the outside noise. It's hot. Literally like 2 a.m. where I live, and it's still crazy hot. But we have work to do. Let's go. Okay, assets, aircraft, sentinel, pick a spawn location. Cool, I can see it sitting on the carrier already. Asset management, lock. Take a little family photo here. I'm gonna use the sensor from the rotary craft UAV to take a picture of the UCAV. Actually, I'm gonna put you in hover first. Hover on. These UAV controls. Fold wings. Turn your engine on. Just getting this framed up for a shot here. Sunset stuff and behind it. Okay, cool. How do I zoom in? We're not at like a partial zoom. Like, okay, there we go. Got the photo. Let's do a quick test on Op4. Won't have any cool spot to put this on Op4, but
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
anyway, once I get done with the stream, I'll probably be cycling the server a couple times because I gotta fix some server config stuff. So let's do this. To air assets. We're gonna do the, no idea what that even is, but we're gonna request it at Molos. Oh, it's coming and flying? Oh, cause yeah. Oh, that is freaking crazy, dude. So if I unlock it, oh, dude, this is cool. I can watch it land. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this is really cool. Look at that. Oh, that is freaking cool. This is really neat. So I guess, yeah, you could probably just take driver controls and oh, and is geosynced? I didn't know that. That is okay. I had no idea that was built into armor. It's cool. Oh my god, that's jarring. Please get out of that. Like, sweet. That was really cool. I did never think about, never crossed my mind how neat that would be to, as they coming and flying like that. That is extremely cool. Okay, I think we're done. Just do some patch notes up. And next week we'll finish up the carrier spawn code, and I'll keep polishing up this choose your own Warlords adventure mode that I have on the server. I don't think I'm gonna add maps to it quite yet because that gets a little. It could be kind of time consuming if you're messing around with the mission and you're trying to mess around with the maps all the time too. But if I get it to a stable state, or if players, like a lot of players, want it on another map, I could probably just do a one-time port and just not port features and stuff over. Or I could back up the mission files. I could probably figure something out if people really wanted that. So, but cool. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that open because I'm gonna be doing some other server stuff. Let's do some patch notes. Terminal access. Oh, you know what we didn't test? So something I really should probably jump into game and test is I'm not sure if I added like Centurion systems and stuff to this. Knowing me, I probably did. If not, we're about to add some phalanx and stuff. It's kind of no reason not to have them now that I got cross-faction UAVs working.
Warlords Protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
I've never tried to spawn a defense item in this mission. Let's how do you make it? Oh, okay. That's not good. Oh, that is interesting. It even tells you the location, prints out the location in the map where. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, that's interesting. So, I mean, if that's working, then I should be able to put defense items in there. Let's find out. Okay, let's go find. I can close that. This. Should probably put cross faction. I have no idea why I capitalized wing. It's a little strange. So what I need is I need to file, open file. We're gonna go to the Miller Edition requisition file. And I'm gonna split that out to the right. Just that. Back here. Open up my requisitions. Move that over there. Okay, so now what I need to do is find Okay, so here's the phalanx and stuff. Okay. Should we just add it all? Like, I'm just interested to see what happens. Okay, we just did something awful and we need to undo it. Why is it doing that? Okay, there we go. Okay, cool. I got that in. Now we can go down to Op4. Oh, that was Op4. Okay, I forgot these are all blue 4 items. Okay, cool. I really don't want people using those. I really, really don't, but I need them in the game for testing, so. SAM systems, I don't really, not so much worried about. Phalanx, was that 5,000? Phalanx kind of sucks, so people know what they're doing. Make it 3,000. Actually, I want to add the blackfish, the tanker blackfish too while I'm at it. I mean, since I got these files open, let's just do it. Yeah, it's literally right here. Very next line. Okay, and I also need to add the Gorilla has a spawn table? Oh yeah. Oh, this is a sector asset preset. Yeah, cool. Okay, defense, it's all in there. Okay, let's do a quick smoke check before I start playing around with Blackfish.
Warlords Protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
Okay, grab my anti-air so I can get the thing. And I think double clicking is what's actually placing this. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't look at me, pal. Look at me. Oh, that's blue for. Woo. I forgot I have to have the UAV code in the defense stuff. Bite me. Let's go. Okay, let's fix that real quick. Okay, so what I need to do to fix that is you come in here and I copy the helicopter code. Zoop. And I put it in the spot where defense items are. So right here. Okay, that should work. I was just doing a quick review to make sure it was using asset and player and stuff for the item. Oh no, you know what's not gonna work? It's the aircraft stuff. I gotta get all this aircraft stuff out of here. So he defines it as defense. Still don't see where it. Oh, it must be deploy defense. That's something we could work on a couple later patches. Right now, let's just get the items in here and goof around with them.
Warlords Protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
And I'll kind of know if this is working correctly or not if the turret spins around again, because a turret should not be spinning around like that. I seriously have no idea to put this thing down. Seems to be just time-based, and it eventually detaches itself from me. Yeah, see how it did not turn around there? It's because I'm a friendly target. I'm a friendly target. I'm just a friendly. So then we go here, assets, asset management, terrain, unlock. There we go. Is it a problem that he has thermals? Oh. Kind of feel like it might be. Do I do it? It's dirty op for. So what potential exploit could there be? Yeah, we're gonna remove thermals. Nothing else has thermals, so that shouldn't have thermals either. Wasn't an issue in Warlords, because Warlords I spawn the defense items via vehicle and air menus, which means it's getting its sensors disabled. So for right now, we're going to, and we only want to disable the IR sensor, not radar, because you need radar for defense items. Okay, so let's go open up our constants files, and the way you do this is you take, already have, rename that, save it, and come back here and copy the actual constant you used and paste it in there. Boom, there we go. So now we jump into game and test that again.
Warlords Protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
Okay, let's get myself some money. Into air, assets, defense. run around for a couple seconds till this thing decides to detach itself from me. Oh, derp. That was just me being 3 o'clock in the morning, getting sloppy with my code. Okay, I'm actually going to take a super quick AFK. So I could just walk around and go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back in about a minute or two, and we'll keep working. Okay, I'm back. Got my windows open up too. Whew, so much better. Fan turned on. Let's go. Okay, so let's reload that. Did we? I don't think we fixed the problem yet, did we? We did not. Simple fix. There we go.
Warlords Protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
Okay, anti-air assets, defense, Patriot, whatever. Location, base. Oop. Run around so it falls off us. Boom, there we go. Cool, like a boss. And he does not have any infrared. Ooh, that sounds scary. I'm sure that's going to cause all sorts of problems on the mission, but well, whatever. I can always. It's very easy to go on the requisition file and just double tap it out of existence once you got it in and working. Okay, next up, let's add the so next up we are going to go file, open file, functions, subroutines, and we're looking for sub asset landing. Here we go. And in this one, right down here, I have this bad boy. And I'm going to change that class name to assets. So for this to work, it has to be on the ground, I think. In fact, I don't even think I've ever spawned a tilt rotor in Open Warlords at all, so I don't even know if that works. But let's find out. If it does, it'll have a little, oh crap. We have not been doing commits here. Whoops. Added. Oh, cool. Okay, let's go test, see if this is working.
Warlords Protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
You saw nothing? I didn't just magically appear somewhere that I can't fast travel to? I would never do that. Actually, for real, I would actually never do that on the actual test server. Unless someone votes me in as admin, like legit. Yeah, see, because it's not on the ground yet. So what I need to do is I need to put this code inside the code that deletes the pilot. Or we'll see if it just teleports over there. So baby Jesus, here's it. Okay, yeah, so... Okay, let's go out and fix that real quick. How do I... Okay, so set waypoint statement. That's actually what I think I need to do, because I think you can run code on the waypoint. Give me just 1 second. Set waypoint statements. Okay, so delete this vehicle, delete vehicle this. Can I have multiple? I can, okay. So I just add a, whoop, right there. I need some way to check to see. I need to run this code. So if I bring this code back, hang on. But then I delete all this stuff. And then I put the code. I'm trying to think here for a second. So yeah, put the code after here. So this would only work on like solid ground. So if you try to create this on a carrier, it will not work. That seems like a good enough compromise until I can figure out a better way to do this. Just make sure my formatting is correct here. Okay, so I don't want that right there. Alright. So now in theory, this should run later on, considerably later on in the code. It's going to wait till it gets to the ground, and it's going to... I was thinking about adding a and statement here, but that's pointless, because in theory, this while loop is going to continue to run until it evaluates to true, which won't happen until it gets within 2 meters. So eventually I'm gonna have to rewrite this statement right here to work for carriers, but for now, so in theory that should all work.
Warlords Protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
So you know something really bad? That while loop is going to run for literally ever, because it's never going to evaluate to true. That's going to actually cause massive performance issues with a bunch of people on a server. Because literally every time you spawn a helicopter, it's just going to spawn another wild loop. Yeah, we're going to have to add that to really high on our to-do list next week, because that's going to be a massive, massive performance problem. In fact, I'm going to just comment that code right now. This needs to be fixed. So whenever this is ran on a carrier, anytime someone spawns a helicopter onto a carrier, we're going to get a new while loop. This is until the thing gets blown up. So for as long as that asset's alive, it's going to... Which is funny, because if you spawn one of these on a carrier, and then you eventually land it, it's going to then spawn a refueling pod on you. That's gonna be hilarious. So yep, you can see it didn't spawn the thing. So once he touches down, it's gonna spawn the box next to me and put it on the... So we'll watch the back door. You'll see it pretty much as soon as he touches down. You'll see it pop in the back. Technically, as soon as he gets within 2 meters of the ground, it'll attach itself. Oh, derp. We're out of scope. We may have to define... Because I think it's going to kick out a error on us. Because it's going to be looking for... We'll see. Let's find out. I think we may get a type object, not string error, but... If that happens, I'm going to have to redefine... Just going to have to do a quick, like, define with inside that scope. I'll probably do it the same way I did it with the aircraft earlier. I think I just did aircraft equals asset or something.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
But what's really good about that is we know that code is running exactly when we wanted it to, because we got the error exactly as he was touching down. Which means that code block was running on schedule, which is extremely good. Yeah, okay, so it's out of scope completely here. Okay, so... So how is it... I'm a little confused here. Do, 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 do. Oh, I'm a noob, dude. I could just change that to this. Like, because yeah, derp. I have a feeling this is going to be really bad. Eh, we'll roll with it.
Warlords Protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
Okay, here we go. Drum roll. Brrrah. Dude, don't spin around. I want to see your tail end. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Why you do this to me? And doop. Generic error in expression. Why? So the code's running at exactly the right time. It's running after this while loop. Time to do some investigating. Actually not sure why that's failing right now. I have to go back and look at the Miller Edition code a little bit, see how I fix this in the Miller Edition. Because I had some debugging to do in Miller Edition. So the error position is line 562. 562. Why is that the error? Can't possibly be right. Five, 6, 2, yeah. But the actual error it's showing is below that. Oh. Why is... This is so weird. No, that's correct. That's correct. It's saying my error is right here. What the hell does that have to do with anything? Okay, how did I solve this? Okay, so this file right here is doing the same thing as the other one. So, because it's spawning a new script and it's not passing anything into the script. Okay. So if I put this after that code, so what worries me about this is it's not going to wait for that code to run. Which means we're going to be right back to square one. Unless I make this not within scope, and then I add a So if I remove the private scope from landed variable, theory I might be able to access it here. So I'd put an and statement and landed equals true. Just read through this code real quick. So he has some time limit check on this one, this aircraft spawn, to make sure it doesn't run for the entire length of the mission. But he doesn't have this safety check on the helicopter one. I guess he just expected the helicopters would never float around in the sky. So what I may do for this carrier rewrite, I'll probably just add that same aircraft protection in 180 seconds. So the loop will never continue more than 180 seconds. That'll probably be my Okay, let's go round 10. So we're gonna know really quick if that code is in the wrong spot, and we may have to delay this for a little bit. Because if we get an error of some type or this box spawns directly on us, as soon as we call it in, we know that code is running too quick. And we'll give one try with that landed variable. But if that does not work, because it's in the wrong little script thing.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
You know what? I don't even need to be over there to know if this is working or not. I could just do it from main base. So I'll know if it's working based on the errors I get or if I don't get an error. Yep, there you go. I didn't save it. I didn't load up the new mission. Oh, it is definitely getting late. uh,
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
So I think in the long term, the way to do this would be to do the way it's done in Redux, is to actually call a different script. Like make a new script and then pass parameters to it, like aircraft, class name and stuff. I think long term that's the solution here, but short term, let's just hack this. Why is it throwing? My bracket's wrong? Okay, let's start our innermost here. Okay, that's pink, that's pink. Yellow, that's yellow. That is blue, that's blue. This is the part of the code that seems to be running the error. I'm so confused right now. Like, I've done something really stupid, but I don't know what it is. I literally might just be too tired to figure this out right now. Oh, there is the actual. So what in the world did I do wrong here? So it's saying the error in the expression is right here on landed equals true. But how? Like, what's wrong with this? So up here, landed is false. While all this is true. Check every half a second. If the position above ground Z number is less than 2, then set landing to true. I have literally no idea how that is invalid. Let's just move this even farther out of scope here. So if I put it right here, and this has to become assets. Because there's going to be no aircraft to find. This is kind of a shot in the dark. I have no idea if this is going to work. Fortunately, it may still throw that generic expression at me, but this is going to break up our error message a little bit, I hope. So I figure out what on earth is going on with that other. Something appears to be completely broke with that old landing code.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next
Maybe why I had it
sector.
commented out. I guess there's no reason for me to leave it either, since it's literally doing nothing right now. Okay, that's bad. That's... So I may not be able to get this to work without breaking out the landing script into its own sub-asset landing type thing. Because I need to pass in a parameter into that aircraft spawn loop to see what... Interesting, so it didn't kick an error out this time. So if I put it back, will it? So if I move this up one, will it break something? Not even gonna worry about formatting right now, as I keep pacing this a little bit higher and higher and higher and see what error I get. Inside what scope.
Warlords Protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
Okay, so now we're looking to see if we get that error. So I'm confused. Last time this didn't happen and I had this code block in the exact same place. Was it the asset thing I had? Okay, no error. So now this should definitely throw errors at me. Because it's not going to be able to see what asset is, I don't think. Because now it's inside this spawn, and spawn basically makes, I think, a little mini script or something. My knowledge of SQF actually isn't that good to know what spawn is actually doing, but I think it's a little mini script that's been run, and it's not going to be able to access asset because I did not pass in asset as a parameter. I think that's what's going to happen. Message would be something like undefined variable asset.
Warlords Protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
Okay, what we expect is a undefined variable asset because it's not passed in. Nope, we did not get the. Oh yeah, we have to wait for it to get to the. So it's still running the while loop. So once it gets within 2 meters of the ground, that's when we expect to get the undefined variable. Okay, undefined variable for expression asset. Okay, cool. That was the exact error we expected to see. And if I stick this inside this, and if I stick it right here, and I change this to this, which should be aircraft within this scope because it's aircraft spawn. This will throw a different error at me. I think this is going to be a generic. What if I added a define here, like aircraft equals asset or something? Or asset equals aircraft? Yeah, assets should be defined, like right there. May just be attacking this problem completely wrong. Because the way it was done in Redux, it was done by just passing in variables into this spawn loop right here. But this will give us error in generic expression or something. And at that point, I'll probably just comment it out and we'll work on it more next week. Because I really don't want to have to rewrite all of this to just get something silly in that, like a tanker.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
Yeah, there we go. Generic error expression. Cool. So in order to get that to work, I'm gonna have to either pass a like landing variable out of that little spawn scope, or I'm gonna have to pass, or to break that out into its own script and pass uh, a variable into the other scripts, which is gonna be a pain, but don't think it's worth having the actually, hang on. I just had an idea. Where is this? Ho ho ho! This might be what I wanted. I wonder. Okay, this is gonna be a massive shot in the dark, but I kind of just want to see what happens. And I know aircraft, we know aircraft gets passed into this function, so I can. God, this formatting is awful right now. There we go. Now I have a hanging chat somewhere here, I think. Yep, right there. Yep, those all line up correctly. Sweet. Okay, this is a ridiculously dumb idea. I should not do things this way, but because I don't think while the blackfish is flying, you can't attach an object to it while it's moving. At least that was my experience in the past.
Warlords Protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
It's gonna be actually terrifying if this works. Because this is such a dumb idea. Though doing this now, I think I may have realized what's going on. So what I need to actually do so generic error entity, the reason this works in sub-asset landing is because I'm doing class name inside Redux. And class name, I'll show you real quick, hang on. So I need to go open folder. This may have been working correct the entire time. I was just being a buffoon because I didn't actually look up. So let me show you. So now we're in a we're in Miller Edition now. And if I look up class name gets defined. No, we need class name. So class name is a thing that actually gets defined. I just gotta figure out where it gets defined. So what I actually just need to do is find a different way to define what aircraft is. So yeah, it was probably working correct the entire time, but yep, there it is right here. Class name equals config name X. Yep. So if I put that in here, last name equals that, and I go over here. Boom, and then I put last name. So now what it's going to do is going to define class name as configuration name of this. So probably just type this. And then I can use class name as a variable here, which will match up with this actual name because I wasn't defining that before, which was where my generic expression was coming from. And then down here, I could just attach to aircraft because aircraft is already defined within the scope of this. Because, duh, it's passing it straight in. Oh, yeah. Took me a long time to come up with a ridiculously easy solution for that. I completely forgot that that's what I should have realized when it was saying generic error in expression. That was literally telling me exactly what the problem was the entire time. I was just ignoring it.
Warlords Protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
Good thing is we've already debugged all the other parts of the code. Like we know the thing was spawning right next to me correctly and it was trying to attach itself to it. So if I got that class name thing correct, which we'll find out here in about 2 seconds, then everything else should work without problems. Nope. Error config name type object expected config entry. Okay, so I gotta go find a way to grab the config entry for aircraft. Okay, this is doable. We can do this. We're on the right track. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out uh, is kind of. So I need something in the similar veins of is kind of. Okay, so let's do some sleuthing here. is type. Okay, I'm looking at the tree hierarchy right now, so air, okay. So is type plain. And is kind of VTOL base. Okay, so I need is kind of VTOL base. And we'll have to look up config name as well. So for right now, I'm just gonna paste that right there so I can use it later. Next up, I need to look up config name. Okay, what error did we get there? Okay, so what I have to do is I have to drill down for class name. I have to drill all the way down to okay, the thing is I'm not very good with doing configs and stuff here in Arma 3. So what I have to do is I have to config class name. I have to drill this all the way down. But I don't really know how to do that. So it has to be something like this. Like config file, config vehicles. Oh, maybe that'll work. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, let's do this. Okay, I may have to change that back to asset, but I think that might work. Because that should set class name to the config name of the aircraft that's inside this scope. In theory, I could also do this entire thing outside of this aircraft spawn thing, but when we do that, we know it tries to spawn the attach box too soon. So that's why I want to try to keep it inside the scope. It's an awful lot of work for something literally no one's ever going to use. But I'm learning. Oh, I'm a buffoon. Wait, what in the world? Where am I missing a... Oh. Comment that out. Oh, the mission still started up. Okay, well, in theory, we could still do this. No, it's completely broken. Did I load the new mission up? I'm getting... I really need to end the stream, man. I'm way too tired to be still doing this. I still got to get all that server stuff done, too.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
I think we're on the right track. I'm really close. I just need to learn. I know exactly what I need to get. I just need to figure out a way to get it. Hmm. I am so confused right now. Like, just gonna kind of YOLO something here real quick. So I found that on the wiki. Oh my god, what the fuck was that? Okay. Attaching two aircraft should still be the correct thing to do. I just need to check to make sure class name, because I need class name to be that. Then I attach two aircraft. This is an absolute complete shot in the dark, something I found on the wiki. If this works, I'm just gonna like throw my hands up and be like, I don't even understand.
Warlords Protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
Hasn't thrown an error yet. That's concerning that it might actually be working. Okay, so it didn't throw any compile errors. That's step one complete. So now let's spawn something and see if it... Okay, so we've created an array. Yes, okay, I actually knew that. Okay, we're getting close to getting this working. So now I have an array with all the blackfish, or all the VTOLs are in the array. So this is an array. Okay, so now what I need to do is So I need a way to check if this name is in that array. I thought that's what this would be doing. Okay, so it's literally just the end command. Hmm. I think we're on the right track here, but I'm doing something. I'm coming at this problem wrong, and it's this if statement right here that's getting me. I need a way to check if this string because I have an array of all the VTOLs. Oh, I need to get name. That's what I need to do. Get name. Is get name a command? It used to be a command. Oh, but it gets the name of an object. So aircraft is an object. So in theory, number three, how to get class name. Oh, if type of. type of aircraft. Dirt. I literally just Googled how to get class name of something. And so that should now return. So this block should now only run when it is type of aircraft equals that. This is way too much effort for something so silly. My lack of SQF knowledge is amazing. It's good to get back in the habit of doing this stuff though. So I have a feeling I'm working a lot of Warlords 3 for a while. Because of Forgers not doing so good. Load that one more time just to make sure. My god, dude, it's almost 4 a.m. I really need to go to bed. This doesn't work, I'm just commenting everything out. Leave it for later.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
Unless I get an error, I think that is very easy to solve. How is that undefined, dude? Okay, we're gonna try this, see if this works. Although, I don't think this is gonna be an objects, which means I don't think it's going to work. An aircraft is still...
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
Okay, that's scary. Nothing broke. Oh my god, it's freaking attached too. What the... Wait, is it attaching like hundreds of those? Or is it just desyncing? Oh, it's attaching a new one every half a second. Oh my god. Oh, and he can't land because the thing's attached to him. Okay. So what we need to do, we need to set another loop to... I got this. Okay, so what we need to do here... Because what we just saw happening... Let's get all this formatting correct so my brackets are in the right spot. Then I'll keep talking. Okay. So let's remove that code. Because we just saw that it was attaching a new one every half second. Because that loop was going every half second. That's bad. So now it should... So this outer while loop right here will be running every 5 seconds. That part right there. And then if the position gets within 2 meters of the ground, it's going to set landing to true. And then it'll run this section between the two pink brackets right here. Which will then hit this and it'll say, oh, look, type of olive, and boop, and it'll attach it after he's on the ground. But just to make sure, we're gonna set that to like 2 seconds. Because if it attaches this thing to him before he's on the ground, he's gonna instantly take back off, so. In fact, I'm just gonna make that a really long check. Like 3. Okay, so he has 3 seconds to get on the ground for the last 2 meters. My God, I can't believe we did it. So close. That was pretty funny watching it get a new a little attachment every half second.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
Oh, and I still got to do all the server config stuff before I go to bed. So if I leave it as is now, people are going to be hella confused. Because it doesn't tell them how to run the mission. Okay, here it is. Dun, 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 dun. It's going to work perfectly. I know it. Okay, nothing's attached to the back yet. I'm low-key incredibly excited right now. The only thing that worries me is that it might hook up to him before he's fully on the ground, and then he's gonna panic and take off. Oh, like a glove! There we go! Love it. Yeah, baby. Woo! Okay. That was way too much work, but I learned something new. That's the most important thing. Okay, so let's get all this pushed up to GitHub. Let's get this cleaned up. Okay, gonna do a very simple commit for this because I'm freaking brain dead. KV or okay, so defense items work in KV44 Blackfish. Sweet, good stuff. And we have pushed up to GitHub. Okay, so I will end the stream there. I'll get these patch notes cleaned up and I'll get them posted. I'll get all the stuff posted on the official Discord and I'll drop these in the patch notes on the Open Warlord Discord. But first I got to do the config stuff, so it might be a couple minutes till you see the patch notes and all that jazz. All right, see you guys then.